to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Do you feel like your identity really wants you to be slimmer or maybe stronger or fitter or leaner, but sometimes you sabotage that? And by the way, the clue of sabotaging what isn't in agreement with what your core identity is going to be things like regret and shame and guilt and frustration. Adam here, and you're about to listen to a hypnosis session that was helping a client that had been slim and lean and strong in the past, but felt disconnected with that. And it was mainly through processed foods, particularly refined carbs, sugary foods. But they had a goal within about a year's time to climb one of the mountains in the Himalayas close to Everest. And that version of them wanted to be lean and strong because it's not ideal with less oxygen in the air to be carrying excess weight. Even excess muscle isn't useful if you're going to be climbing because you need to utilize every bit of oxygen that you had. So this has elements of regression to the times they felt lean and healthy and slim and strong, and then future pacing to feel what it would feel like to be absolutely clear on what kind of body shape they would want, and then harness the standards and ways of thinking about certain food to make it a winnable goal to get to that place, using intuition and emotions to let them know if they're on the right path or not. There's lots of metaphor in this, but I think if you are frustrated at the lack of progress you're making losing weight, you might get some value from this. But just be aware that you probably don't have the goal to climb a mountain, in which case some of the suggestions won't quite fit and maybe some of the metaphors don't quite resonate. So if you do like the idea of losing weight and using hypnosis to lose weight, maybe I can help, because weight loss is one of the things that I've done for more clients. And in fact, when I became a hypnotherapist about 12 years ago, for the first 2 years, almost hypnosis to lose weight was the only thing I specialized. I still have a brand called HypnoSlimming, for example. So if that's of interest, check out the link in the description. For now, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to feel like it's leaving your body as you breathe out. That's it. Breathing in for longer, deeper. And as you exhale, just allow that outward breath to carry on until your lungs all the way to your diaphragm are empty. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And I want you to imagine scanning through old photos. And maybe it's on a phone on a computer or in one of those photo albums. And I want you to go all the way back 12 years ago to a time when you felt lean and slim, brimming with confidence. And when you can see a picture that represents who you were back then, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And as you stare into the picture, I want you to imagine going back to that time as you currently are, seeing that version of you 12 years younger. And I want you to look for clues. The food you were eating back then, the things you would do for exercise or movement back then, things you would say yes to, things you would say no to. I want you to get a sense that that version of you didn't become that weight and that shape by luck. It was as a cause and effect. You became that shape as a reflection of your standards, your choices, your beliefs and priorities. And I want you to imagine seeing you, not on a good day where it was easy to exercise and easy to eat well. I want you to see that slimmer, leaner, fitter version of you on one of your bad days. Maybe a social occasion where there was processed food like cake or biscuits or chocolate around. And see how that version of you responded in that environment. Did they feel a compulsion? Or maybe that version of you could have eaten it, but didn't want to. And if you did, you didn't eat very much. And if you feel that you can identify the distinctions, what was different about you back then, let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine seeing yourself at a time when you would have been on your own in front of a full-length mirror. And then step into that version of you and feel how it would feel to be that shape, that weight, that leanness, that slimness. Feel your energy levels. See your muscle definition. And I want you to get a sense that knowing what you now know, is this a desirable weight? Is this a desirable shape? Or maybe what's desirable is the confidence. Some people define self-esteem as the contrast between your current self and your ideal self. And if it's more of the emotional things like confidence and self-esteem, feeling good in your own body, even more so than the shape, let me know by nodding your head. Or if it's really how you look when you see yourself, seeing you lean there on the waist, seeing more definition in certain muscles. Just allow this to be planting a seed of an idea deep in your subconscious mind. That what you've experienced before, you can experience again. You reap what you sow, and just allow your unconscious to start navigating new standards, new ideas, to make this shape and weight an option without an obligation. If at any point on getting towards this weight, you feel that the new weight and shape makes you feel better than continuing to lose weight, then why not? Make that your new set point. Reawaken all of those standards, beliefs, ways of thinking that are empowering. Any habits back then that were linked to your weight but no longer empowering for you now, just set them to the side. Take what's good and disregard anything unuseful. And then imagine stepping back through that picture, that photo, and now looking for a different memory where you were heavier and yet you were stronger. You were still lean, but a slightly different shape. And when you can think of a time like that, and you can imagine that memory, let me know by nodding your head. And maybe this was 5 or 6 years ago. Just imagine floating into the picture as you currently are, observing all the things you did back then. Maybe to get stronger, you were having more protein. Maybe to get stronger, you were lifting more weights. But you were still lean and fit. So just imagine seeing your relationship with refined carbohydrates and sweet, sugary foods. And if that version 5 or 6 years ago had a different standard to where you are now, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to come to an intuitive conclusion that if you want the shape of the past, then we need to rekindle the standards of the past. Your body shape is simply a reflection of your behaviour. Your behaviour is a reflection of your standards. And your standards is a reflection of your self-worth and beliefs. So let's raise your self-worth. Step into that version of you, feel how you felt back then, and dial up feelings of high self-belief, confidence in your own body, your own shape, your own choices. Dial up discernment, what you would say yes to, what you would say no to. The more clarity you have, the easier it is to move forward. Imagine finding a full-length mirror. Step into that version of you. Feel how it would feel back then. And I want you to create a hybrid in your mind. All the things you like about this body shape, combined with what you like about that previous body shape. And maybe what your unconscious truly desires is somewhere in between. Not quite so light, but not quite so strong. And when your unconscious morphs that reflection into the most desirable, feasible body shape that you crave right now, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine taking this image of you and now placing it in your future. Maybe 10, 11 months into your future. I want you to imagine you're in a place on a mountain and you're getting ready. Maybe you've had that early morning shower, but not yet breakfast. And before you put on those clothes to hike and walk, imagine there's a full-length mirror And imagine now it is yourself in your future seeing that body shape looking back. Not your past anymore, now your future. And your unconscious mind knows exactly what it will take to make this body shape inevitable. And your unconscious will communicate to you through your emotions. Maybe as a child you remember that game, hotter or colder, where someone would hide something and then they would say, "You're getting warmer," if you were getting closer, and "You're getting colder if you're further away." From this point onwards, your unconscious mind will let you know if you're getting closer to this future body shape. When you feel self-pride, when you feel a sense of accomplishment, when you feel better turning down some refined processed carbohydrate than saying yes to it, and that feels good. Those good emotions let you know that you're gravitating towards this future body shape. But if you feel regret, shame, frustration, annoyance, all it means is that that previous behavior was taking you further away. Just like if you're driving on a motorway and you drift outside your lane, you would intuitively nudge yourself back into your lane. Allow your emotions to be your perceptions. Anything that makes you feel wonderful, proud, and positive means you're driving in the right lane. And those things that relate to regret or shame, guilt or frustration, just let you know you're temporarily moving in the wrong direction. And if your unconscious is willing to allow your emotions to be a sat-nav, to steer you to exactly the future that you desire, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. Just allow those ripples of changes to take place there in that future. And I want you to feel how wonderful it feels to be proud of this version of you that has earned their place, that is deserving to be there. They say the journey prepares you for the destination. The more disciplined, dedicated, and consistent you are between now and then, the more you will enjoy the experience when you get there. Breathing in, breathing out, just imagine wearing whatever clothing is appropriate to be on that mountain. And then imagine leaving that place, coming out the door, and then imagine seeing this incredible mountain range of the Himalayas, the deep stillness of Nepal, and maybe you can identify a very specific mountain. I want you to imagine seeing the scale, the size there of Purunsi. And maybe you can see almost a summit approaching 7 kilometers there up into the sky. White, ancient, quiet, air thin, crisp and pure. Just imagine this is what you've been waiting for. To test this body that you've been building, shaping and creating. Because the air on this mountain is the kind of air that a strong, healthy, lean body thrives in. Imagine walking there where snow is crunching beneath your boots, where the world feels simple here, uncluttered, honest, clean. And I want you to get a sense that this mountain represents the journey that you're on. You will be tested. You will be challenged. And as you step forward, feel the body that you are becoming. Light, fit, steady. The version of you that climbs mountains and respects their body, like an athlete respects their gear. And with every slow breath, the noise of old habits fades, and you turn your attention inward, toward your heartbeat, toward your intention, toward who you choose to be. You don't have to do something challenging and difficult. You're choosing it because that's who you are at the identity level. And who you are at your core identity doesn't even want these refined, processed foods. That's just an echo of your past. Food that children eat. Food that people with no discipline, dedication, or willpower eat. I want you to feel that the whole idea of processed foods made in laboratories, injected with chemicals, sold through commercials, presented in packaging with offers and discounts, all feels a bit gross to you. You'd much rather have real food, real meat, real vegetables, real fruits. The processed stuff just feels a bit gross. Just imagine reaching some camp, maybe a tent still in the wind, surrounded by endless snow. Imagine lying down inside. Maybe you've got a big coat or a warm sleeping bag. And outside, the gentle rumble of the mountain is like a lullaby. And as you rest, your mind goes deeper, like descending through layers of snow, into stillness, into clarity, into the place where identity shifts and choices are made without struggle. Because a year from now, you will climb this mountain. And the version of you who does is not interested in sugary processed foods. Not because they're forbidden, but more because they're simply irrelevant beneath them. Too small for someone with goals this big. This identity that's leaner, lighter, more confident. This identity pulls you forward. You don't need to force discipline. Just lean more into who you are at your core. And each time you turn down something sugary, processed and pointless, it feels like a vote for that real identity. A vote for that lean, strong climber. A vote for the leader. A vote for the version of you who stands on stages and feels powerful and proud. And every vote builds momentum. This isn't about one decision once. This is about thousands of decisions day after day. Decisions where old cravings lose their grip now. You don't fight them. You observe them. And you label them accurately. Because a craving isn't hunger, it's withdrawal. It's a residue of a substance you're choosing to let go of. And you can think of these processed foods filled with additives and flavorings and sugar as like the cigarettes of food. And just like cigarettes, sugar creates a craving only when it's fed. And each time you feed it, it returns stronger. And each time you ignore it, it weakens. And you realize something sharp and empowering. What if cravings are a sign that you're winning? A sign that you're detoxing? A sign that your body is recalibrating? And if you ever slip, if you do have that binge or an echo of old behaviour, so what? You don't need to spiral. There's no all or nothing collapse. You now know the truth. You are never more than 4 days away from being free again. 3 days of alignment leads to a 4th day of clarity. 3 days of clean choices leads to a 4th day of easy choices. 3 days of identity over impulse leads to the 4th day where you become that identity and the behaviors flow naturally from it. Because on the 4th day, your body is fully reset. This wipes the slate clean of historical shame, regrets. Because shame and regrets are only fuel for the cycle. This is the cycle you are breaking. From now on, your emotions act like lane markers on a mountain road. Pride shows that you're in your lane. Calm confidence tells you that you're aligned. And shame, regret, or frustration are just signals that you drifted. You lost your way from the path temporarily. But no drama, no collapse, just nudge back to the path that leads you to becoming the version of you where you feel most aligned, most congruent, most happy, the real you. When you've taken a trip, a fall or a stumble on a mountain, that wasn't a reason to quit. It was a reason to get back up. And the next 10, 11 months are like climbing a mountain. If you fall, you get back up again. But one stumble is not a reason to slide all the way back to the beginning. And what if the festive season, or any special occasion of celebration, that time in the year that people use as an excuse to lose control, what if that becomes your training ground, your proving ground, your arena? And it's fine for others to indulge because it's expected. But what if you choose differently because you are different and you're becoming someone even more evolved than you have been in the past? What if this season is the perfect time for you to establish a new relationship with food. Because if you can raise your standards here, at any other time of the year, it's easy in comparison. Each good choice adds to your streak, like another day on the mountain. And one imperfect choice doesn't break the streak. It's just like missing one day of doing something and getting back on track when you remember. A slip is just a blip, not a fall, not a failure, and certainly no reason to undo all of the wonderful progress. I want you to imagine observing that future version of you getting to your destination. Maybe it's the peak. Maybe it's a particular milestone. Maybe it's a particular time when your body shape or weight is when you want it to be. See that version of you climbing strong, steady, lean, powerful. See yourself with the expression of someone with absolute pride, of someone who chose alignment over impulse, not once or twice, but for months and months. I want you to get a sense that when you're climbing a mountain, the summit is the goal. Your summit is that version of you saw in the mirror nearly a year from now. That is your summit, and nothing will deter you from that destination. I want you to imagine you're now at the top of that mountain. And as you look down, I want you to see the timeline of your life. All of the choices you made that led you to that place. Sometimes it's easier to figure out what worked when you look backwards rather than forwards. And as you look back on your decisions for nearly a year before, you see that you didn't need to be perfect, just consistent. And as you tap into that insight, the strategies, the standards, those habits feel a wonderful feeling. Doesn't it enhance accomplishing this challenge to know that you've also accomplished another challenge? One enhances the other, which then enhances the other. You're not pretending to be someone better. You became someone better, one choice, one day at a time. I want you to get a feeling that you have now unlocked all of the resources necessary to become who you want to become, to raise your standards, and to align with feelings of pride and accomplishment, whether that's climbing a mountain, eating certain foods, or speaking on a stage. The future version of you is a future where you do more of what you want and less of what you don't. It's time to leave this place. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling empowered, resourceful, a sense of clarity, and reading your emotions to know which path to follow, starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.